If biting your tongue makes you squeamish, this might not be the video for you. Because today we're talking about tongue piercings. Hi, it's Riley with Bodyartforms.com, and let's get into it. While humans have been piercing their tongue for various reasons over the centuries, the 1980s and the widespread availability of stainless steel body jewelry is where we saw the modern-day tongue piercing come into popularity. The most popular placement for a tongue piercing is along the midline, which uses a straight barbell pierced vertically through the center, right between the two muscles that make up the tongue. A double piercing, often referred to as a venom, uses two straight barbells next to each other and pierced vertically through the tongue. The frenulum piercing goes through, the frenulum. That's the little web of skin under your tongue. You won't be able to actually see this piercing unless you lift up your tongue, and some piercers refuse to pierce tongue and mouth webbing, citing it as an unfit piece of skin to support a piercing. We must of course mention the horizontal or snake eyes piercing and why it's not recommended. This piercing, which you've likely seen on Instagram or other social media sites, uses a straight barbell to pierce horizontally through the tongue, often towards the tip, with the balls resting on either side of the tongue. The issue with this piercing is twofold. First off, with the balls sitting on the side of the tongue, they are resting against your teeth and will likely hit them a lot. Along with a greater chance of biting down on these balls, you are at an increased risk of dental damage. Secondly, as mentioned before, the tongue is actually made of two muscles. A horizontal piercing not only goes through both muscles, but attaches them together via the bar. This will result in restricted movement of your tongue and potentially pulling or tearing of those muscles. Because of that, these piercings are prone to migration and rejection. The jewelry used for tongue piercings will be a straight barbell and not much else. It's also important that those barbells are threaded, as threadless ends have a high risk of being pulled out and swallowed when they're worn in your mouth. When you get pierced, your piercer will use a barbell longer than what you will need once healed to accommodate swelling, as our tongues like to swell up even more than other parts of our bodies when injured. Sorry, but you will sound a little funny for a while until that swelling goes down. Also, while you're healing, it's important to avoid irritating foods and beverages. That includes anything overly acidic, citrusy, or spicy. Similarly, it's also important to avoid mouthwash with alcohol in it. Not only can alcohol-based mouthwash cause further irritation to your fresh piercing, but it's not good for your jewelry either. Fortunately, our mouths like to heal quickly, meaning the healing time will be mercifully short compared to some other piercings, usually needing just a month or two. Do be aware that, as with any oral piercing, you run the risk of damage to your teeth. A properly placed barbell should keep the balls away from your teeth most of the time, but to minimize risk, you can always use low-profile ends or acrylic balls that will be less damaging than metal if you do bite them. Are you thinking about getting a tongue piercing, or do you already have one? Let us know in the comments. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe and follow us on all of our socials at Bodyartforms. Bye!